Hello everyone and welcome to a second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot, a very hot Wednesday afternoon here where I am. I have the Storyteller Tarot on the tarot table for this one. I do like reading with this one for Prince Harry, and we are looking at Harry now. We're looking at this theory that some YouTubers, some commentators are expressing that Prince Harry is so worried about the visa situation in the United States since Donald Trump became president that he is scared of leaving the United States, and that is why he didn't go to the UK for his court case last week. And some people are speculating that he might not even go to the Invictus Games in Canada. They start next week, the end of next week, the 8th of February, and of course just before then, on the 5th, the visa case is starting up again in Washington. There's a hearing about it again. They're trying to get Donald Trump to release Harry's paperwork, his visa application. So we're going to have a look at this. I have read on this before. We're going to ask again if Donald Trump can be bothered with this whole story, what he feels about it. And we're going to also ask how the visa application is going to go next week from Harry's point of view. Reading from Harry's point of view, I'm going to ask, little 5-card reading, why didn't he go to the UK for that court case? We know they're settled, but they struggled to get hold of him. He could have flown in for a couple of days and then flown back again. Why didn't he go? Is he worried about not being let back in to the United States? Donald Trump's feelings about this, President Trump, I suppose I should call him, Trump's feelings about this, and what's going to happen from Harry's point of view next week with that visa application. Good news for Harry or bad news for Harry? Harry always in the news, and yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment, or my opinion, or speculation. And I just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. And if you can hear chatter and splashing in the background, that's the neighbour's kids. They're having an afternoon in the pool. Lucky them. And so, very nice, hot, late summer's day here. We have the 10 of Scepters, which is the 10 of Wands, and it's in reverse. It's a terrible burden. It's overwhelming and wants to put it down, can't bear it anymore. So yeah, he's worried. That's our underlying energy. It sits under every card. He can't bear this. He just wants it to go away, wants it to stop. Make it go away. I don't think lawyers can make it go away because the Heritage Foundation is absolutely insistent about this. And some people speculate that they have an ulterior motive with this court case because there are things hidden in there to do with Harry personally that they're trying to get out. So that is a theory that I have heard. It might even have been expressed by Lady C, but I can't confirm that. I can't remember exactly who aired that thought. So if it's not Lady C, then my apologies and no harm intended. So let's see situation. Harry and the visa saga. 10 of coins. It's a completely opposite energy to this 10 of scepters in reverse. It's royal family energy, the 10 of coins. It's also just your future, your security. You know where you belong, you've settled. And this for Harry, I think, is crucial. Where is home? We had a moment last year. I did quite a few readings on this question. Where is home for Prince Harry? That was around the time when there were rumors that he'd got that amount of money from the Queen Mother, from a trust fund that she'd set up for her great-grandchildren, and that he was looking at property in the UK. That was an ongoing rumor that he was looking in the Cotswolds, that he was looking in London, and then we ended up with a strange story that they'd bought in Portugal, that development that Jack Brooksbank is selling. He's the estate agent for, basically, as I understand things. But anyway, 10 of coins, belonging. Where is home? Where does he fit in? Where can he feel assured that his future is secure. That's the 10 of coins. And also with the protection of the royal family that's around him, that makes me think that nothing's ever going to come of this. But we'll see. We're asking the question again today. Why didn't he go physically, personally to the UK for that very important opening day of the court case, where every effort was made to settle? Why didn't he bother to show up? We got the Ace of Scepters, and it's in reverse. For me, it's because he knew he was going to settle. Apparently the impetus for the settlement came from Harry's camp. It did not come from Murdoch's side. They were all ready to go to court. They had their defense lined up, their witnesses. They were good to go, and they were very surprised, according to reports at the time, that Harry was so insistent suddenly on settling. The Ace of Scepters, Ace of Wands in reverse for me is that he knew that instead of slaying dragons, he was going to skulk home, metaphorically speaking, with his tail between his legs. Very Ace of Scepters in reverse, tail between legs, no dragons slayed, settled, because it finally dawned on him how much money he was going to lose if he actually saw the case through, and then probably lost anyway, or only got a very small win in the end. So I think it's more of a shame and a slinking kind of an energy that's coming from that Ace of Scepters for me personally, than I'm so terrified that they're not going to let me through passport control when I land at whatever airport. It's all private jets anyway, and I'm sure that they don't go through the controls that regular Joes like you and me do. It's part of the deal of being a celebrity, as he now is. So is he worried? I get terrible worry here, 10 of Scepters in reverse. Is he generally worried about this visa situation rolling on? 10 of Scepters in reverse, yes he is. But what are we going to... Oh, absolutely, Hanged Man, Major Arcana. He's in limbo while this goes on. He's powerless. He feels like he's been personally attacked and victimized with that Hanged Man. Can't believe that they are doing this to him. So deliberately singling him out for to make a point, which the Heritage Foundation certainly is. So he really feels very aggrieved about this with the Hanged Man, really does. It diminishes him because he's powerless, he's punished, he's victimized. It's going to fuel all his feelings of victimhood that he has. That's his main thing that he carries around with him in the world. That is his archetype, the Hanged Man. For me now, we all portray ourselves somehow, whether consciously or not, as some kind of energy. We carry some kind of archetype around with us. If only Megan understood that when she was doing that ridiculous podcast, which now seems to have been finally put out of its misery. Harry doesn't understand it, but that's the energy he is in, the Hanged Man. So yeah, he's worried, and I think very resentful of the way that this is lingering as well, exhausted by it, the 10 of Scepters. So Donald Trump, can Donald Trump be bothered with this whole situation? We're going to ask that question again. Asked it recently. Can he be bothered? I got exactly the same energy from him as I got before. No, it's literally the same card, the Emperor. Can't be bothered because he's got his plan, and every day he's doing 100 things, signing 100 executive orders, deporting however many people, trying to grab Greenland or Canada or the Panama Canal or the Gulf of Mexico and rename it, or whatever he's doing. He's a busy man. I'm being a bit facetious, but I'm not a Trump hater, so don't come at me in the comments for this. Not at all. The whirlwind that he has unleashed is quite interesting to watch, and I think some countries could maybe, that's my personal opinion, sit up and take notice of that. But there it is. It's the Emperor. He's busy. He's busy with all kinds of things. And I think he respects the king as well. It's in that energy for me. And he wouldn't do anything, I don't think, to upset the king. it's confirmed because it's sitting under the 10 of coins, which is royal family energy. So I don't think so. I just don't get it. I will be amazed personally if in a million other things that he's doing, he also finds time to deport Harry. We might get to see the paperwork. We're going to ask that question here, but I don't think Harry is going to find that he's given his marching orders. It might get so uncomfortable for him in the United States that he decides of his own accord to leave. It's a whole different story, and we haven't really asked that story, but we're going to begin to ask that question now. This card, the implications for Harry of the hearing next week in Washington. And we got the Knight of Hearts. It's telling me that he might have to do something like apologize. Because it has that energy of almost like swearing an oath or making peace, resolving something through expressing some kind of contrition about something with that Knight of Hearts. It's not a calamity for him, but as I said before I saw this card, there's a sense coming through for me that it might end up just being uncomfortable for him in the United States because of the things that people find out about him, and that he might actually have to make an apology. And I can't remember who it was, but years ago, I think it was a psychic, said that they saw Harry, or it was tarot read or something, I don't know. It was years and years ago when Meghan first showed up, and there were very few people in this space who were actively commenting. Somebody said that they saw that Harry would go back to the UK and he would apologize. He would apologize to the British people. I'm seeing the precursor to that apology there with that Knight of Hearts. It's been very interesting to see what goes on. You can see how sort of glowing this is, as if there's a radical transformation in energy in that card. The card that it matches energetically is this Donald Trump energy, which has that cross up there and that sort of glowing aura around that stag. Quite weird, but there's something going on here that might happen that is going to, I think, be quite strange to see between these two. There might even be a meeting between these two. I've heard rumors that Harry's been trying to get a one-on-one with Donald Trump. He might have to get that connection with Trump, and that's going to be painful for him. We saw that scowly face when Trump visited the UK, and during his last presidency state visit, Meghan conveniently wasn't able to go, and Harry sort of sulked and gave angry looks, very rude, very petulant, very irresponsible. The royal family supposed to be above politics, aren't they? As far as I understand things, that's why one of the reasons why we do these readings, just by the way, because they're supposed to be answerable to a higher standard than the rest of us, who can become partisan and express our opinions and have little fights about things. The royal family not supposed to do that. Very interesting card. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.